Social media used to actually be a social medium. Social media used to be a place where we went to talk to our friends from school and carry on laughing at the dumb shit that we were laughing at during the day at school. You know, you get home, pull out your Blackberry Bold, ping your best friend on BBM, and talk about that new girl and how you're about to tap that. Because you're definitely not a virgin and you have experience with these type of things. Facebook was actually an app where you can check in like, hey, who was that girl's high? Let's try our luck with some girls that are way out of our league. And it was actually safe to do that type of thing. Well, not really, but sort of. Instagram used to be a safe haven. You could slide into the DMs and just say hey and you would actually get a response. It was more than just thirst traps and OnlyFans links. This was a time where people had posts on their profiles. You know, just casual selfie, throwing up a peace sign, truck fit snapback, maybe a dashiki. You know, the good old days. I remember a time when stories were just a thing on Snapchat. We had Vine, which would give you 6 seconds of the funniest videos you've ever seen in your life. Fast forward 10 years and now here we are. Your WhatsApp is piling with unopened messages. You're reacting to girls' IG stories with eye emojis, hoping that she'll notice you out of the 20,000 followers she has. By the way, those followers are fake. She's definitely noticing you. She's just ignoring you. And then now there's TikTok with a bunch of AI Reddit stories with Subway Surfers playing in the background.
I had to sleep with my sister to prove to my parents that she was obsessed with me.
Discord is, honestly, I don't know what the fuck Discord is. I don't think anybody does. Discord really sounds like the type of apps they warned us about in LO when they said, don't talk to strangers on the internet. You could be talking to a 50-year-old man pretending to be a 14-year-old girl. Really, it's just a catfish episode waiting to happen. I've been thinking about it a lot, and really, I don't think we're aware of how much this stuff has changed over the past few years. So let's take a trip down memory lane and reminisce on how great these apps were and how much we did not appreciate them. So I'm gonna start with what's probably the biggest fall off of them all. Bro, Instagram was so damn lit. YG even made a song about it. It was really going down in the DMs. Dude, sliding in the DMs was a layup, bro. No defense. You didn't even have to be a good shooter back then. Nowadays, you have to be like Stephen Curry just to get a like on the message that you sent. Or a thanks, if you're lucky. By the way, Mark Zuckerberg did us dirty when he added reactions to messages. You could summon the ghost of William Shakespeare and write the hardest lines of poetry that would make any woman in the 90s pregnant at that very moment, just for her to hit you with a like. People used to actually show their faces on the gram. Like, you know, you'd wake up and post the crustiest selfie, be like, yo, just woke up, what's poppin'? Bro, nowadays people literally go to a professional studio and get a photographer to take pictures of them in their most expensive weave or their freshest pair of Jordans. What happened to the game I love, man? Back then, a poorly edited picture of you and your friends at the park with just a little vignette was all you needed. Tell me why now when I stalk your profile, the only thing I see is a picture of you in Dubai from 2 years ago. And then you post another picture 7 months later, but now it's just a different pose and the caption is throwback. Like, dog, you've been throwing back to the same vacation since 2022. Like, give it a rest, baby girl. I used to go on Instagram to check what my friends have been up to lately, and now I go on there to feel like a failure in life. Because what do you mean girls my age are passenger princessing in a Porsche? You'll be scrolling through the gram, and then you'll just see a calm pic like, oh, she's at the beach, you know. I was actually also in Durban not long ago. My brother, she was in the Maldives. These lifestyle baddies have ruined the app that I loved once upon a time. You have a Bible verse in your bio, and then right beneath it, it says email me for bookings or inquiries. I don't know what we're booking or inquiring, but I'm not gonna focus on that. Leave that one alone. Hey man, I get it. We all expected Facebook to fall off because really it was just an app for old people to get together, spread fake news, and share memes that trended on Twitter 2 months ago. That was always a standard procedure. For most of us, Facebook was really just an app for us to go and watch some Indian kids build snake traps out of bamboo sticks or something. Either that or you just get catfished. Facebook was actually a dangerous app. I don't know why our parents let us use that. Honestly, man, I'm not mad at Facebook for falling off because that app was not designed for our safety. Like, at all. The concept of checking in was always crazy to me, because what do you mean you're dropping your location on a map for a bunch of strangers to see, like, hey man, I'm right here in case anybody's trying to find me? I know the idea of Facebook was that you'd only have people you know on your friends list, but honestly, nobody was living like that. We used to accept friend requests from whatever Tom, Dick, and Harry just so that we can get our friends list to the highest number possible. Mark Zuckerberg didn't make staying safe on Facebook any easier, because you would get the most random friend suggestions. Like, hey, do you know this guy? Do you know him? Ironically enough, it's gone completely the other way nowadays, because the friend suggestions are way too accurate. You'll make eye contact with a random girl at Clicks, and then you'll see her that same evening in your friend suggestions, like, hey, do you know this girl? She was at Clicks today, and you guys made eye contact for like 5.6 seconds. Do you know her? But at least Facebook had the social aspect in mind. Like, was it at the cost of our safety? Maybe, but we were being social. Now the only thing you get on Facebook is conspiracy theories and far-right propaganda. I'm not gonna lie, Vine has to be like my favorite one out of all of these. Vine was without a doubt an absolute masterpiece of a social media app. It was a place where we all watched and uploaded videos, and they were all 6 seconds long. Anybody that wasn't there for it is probably thinking, bro, there's no way that can be entertaining. Trust me, bro. Trust me.
Zach, stop. Zach, stop. You're gonna get in trouble.
Zach.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Michael with a B, and I've been afraid of insects my entire life.
Stop. Where?
Where's the bee?
There's a bee?
What you say? I said whoever threw that paper, your mom's a hoe.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
It's Clefairy!
Vine's philosophy was, if you can't be funny in 6 seconds, are you really that funny? If you can't be in 6 seconds, your dream of being a comedian is over. Just forget it. We're giving you 6 seconds. When you deep the scenario, Vine crawled so that TikTok could fly, and then Instagram could copy it and do the same thing, just with a different name. This app was an absolute juggernaut, bro. They gave us brain rot before brain rot even existed.
What's 9 plus 10? 21?
I guess that was our version of 6-7. Yeah, now that I think about it, it wasn't that funny. But it was for the moment. It was the greatest thing I had ever heard. Unfortunately, the glory days of this app were very short-lived. See, Twitter owned it, and then once they started going bankrupt, they decided, you know what, let's cut the one thing that's actually doing well. Let's throw that away and focus on that little piece of shit. That stupid bird. Snapchat is another app whose glory days were very short-lived. See, before Mark Zuckerberg decided to pull off the greatest heist that this generation will ever see, stories were introduced to us by Snapchat. I'm convinced that Snapchat was invented so that people could send news to one another, because the concept of a view once was also introduced to us by Snapchat. And boy, did we have fun with those. Because the people at Snapchat HQ were like, we need to create an app where teenagers can send each other pictures, but they can only see it once. But what if they take a screenshot? We're gonna snitch on their ass. We're gonna snitch on their ass real good. Snapchat did privacy way too well for me to believe it wasn't created for nefarious purposes. We were supposed to be doing some dirty stuff on there, I'm convinced. I really wish I had more to tell you about Snapchat, but really, Mark Zuckerberg decided to do the funniest thing I've ever seen a CEO do in my entire life. He really stole the entire concept that Snapchat was built on. Not once, but this motherfucker stole it and put it on every single one of his apps. He didn't even care if it worked on the app. He was just like, everybody gets a story. You get a story. You get a story. You get a story. Mark Zuckerberg did not give a fuck, bro. To this day, Facebook still has stories. Who the fuck is watching a Facebook story? I'd like to preface this part by saying that I refuse to call it X. Elon Musk can suck my dick. Twitter has always been a cesspool. It was a playground for the absolute worst people you know to say the most outlandish things behind an avatar of an anime character. Like, if the internet was a city, Twitter is definitely MTN taxi rank. Like, it's the absolute worst place you can be in. Twitter is basically a UFC ring for cyberbullies to take turns violating one another. Nobody's safe. Twitter has ended more careers than domestic abuse allegations. Chris Brown has KO'd about as many women as a Long Island cocktail and he's still selling out stadiums. Let Kyrie Irving retweet a link to a documentary he enjoyed. Negativity has this ability to spread far and wide on the internet, especially on Twitter. Ah, damn it, I said Twitter so many times, my tongue is twisting. Twitter was bad enough for people were just being assholes for the fun of it. And then Elon Musk decided to pay niggas. And all of that brings me to the app that changed the entire game. When TikTok came with its algorithm-based For You pages, when social media stopped becoming social. All of a sudden, you don't even need to follow anybody anymore. The algorithm just learns what you like and then boom, it's suggesting stuff for you. Some of you guys don't even take the time to learn your partners the way TikTok does. My brother, if TikTok was like 6 feet tall, light-skinned, and had a connecting beard, your girl would be gone. Like, the algorithm was so effective at keeping people on that app that every other platform decided to make their own version of a For You page. Think about it, how often do you actually see people that you follow on your Instagram feed? How many videos on your YouTube homepage are from channels that you're actually subscribed to? They're basically all trying to be like TikTok because that algorithm is effective. And you know it's effective because you've been singing Nothing Beats the Jet 2 Holiday every 15 minutes for like a month now. This app is really giving us stims like we have Tourette's syndrome. You don't believe me? Look at this. You heard that, didn't you? I know you did. I know you heard it. Do you think it's normal that you can hear a picture? Look, man, there's a lot of things that are wrong with society nowadays, and I think one of the biggest contributors to that is the fact that social media is just not social anymore. I don't know how to fix it because, like, I'm as deep in this long drop as you are. We are in this shit together. The most I can tell you is go outside, man. Touch some grass. Hopefully I can get this right this time. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Leave a like. Drop a comment. You know, let me know what your favorite parts of social media was back in the day and what the worst part of it is. I knew I was gonna fuck it up. Let me know what the worst part you think is today, nowadays. That didn't make sense, but you know what I'm saying. Subscribe, like, drop a comment, share the video with your friends. What else do people say? Follow my social medias. Follow me at the Bobby J Show on Instagram. I have a TikTok at Bobby J Skits. Follow that too. And that's probably about it. I should write this stuff down. Yeah, man. So, with that being said, 6-7.